Ashanti babes.
Hello stranger, it's been a minute since we last kicked it.
So now it's time to edit all the photos we just took. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, let me get my screen recording on. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my photos, and as you see, we have a lot of photos. So I'm just gonna edit a few. So what I first do is, as you see, I have a lot of photos. So what I do is I go through and I favorite all of the photos that I like. So the ones that look the best. So that one's too close. I like the darker look. So that one's too low for me. I'm just gonna go through. That's a pretty decent one.
We need paper towels for the house, right?
Yes. Now that I took all the potential photos that I want, that look the best from all the photos that I took, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to narrow through all my favorites. It's okay if we edit a few photos and figure out which one looks the best. After we edit them, the goal is to find the best photo and to go with it. That one's okay. I'm going to go through all my favorites. I want one that's head on and the background looks impeccable. So I'm going to say it's probably between, I'm going to say it's this one probably. Oh, another one down here. Nope. All right, so now I'm going to go to Airbrush. That is the first app I use to edit all of my photos. Favorites, go down to my favorites and go down to Captain Crunch. That is the first one I'm doing. All right, I forgot which one it is, guys. Go over to Tools. I'm going to go over to Enhance. So sharpen is going to be key. What the sharpen function will do is that's going to make your picture look nice and crisp. It can make it look too crisp or like just the perfect amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen it. So like this, what it looks like if it's all the way sharpened. So you see the cereal is way sharper. I mean, I can just kind of keep it sharper. Let me just see what that does. I've actually never had it that high of a sharpen. So let's see. Saturation is going to play around with that background and just the coloring in general. The cereal, you see how I just added that saturation? I moved it up a little bit. Look at how beautiful that looks. Like that's perfect right there. I'm going to keep going, see what that looks like. I want all these photos to look colorful, bright, playful. I mean, you got to think these are your favorite childhood cereals. So you don't want them to look all dull. Like you got to go for the certain aesthetic. So now that I'm doing cereal, so now that this photo shoot theme is cereal, I'm going to go for the brightest, sharpest, clearest, youthful, childish, like not childish, but you know, take you back to that childhood nostalgia, pouring your favorite bowl of cereal. I'm going to try to capture all of that in a photo and just make that photo look beautiful, crisp and beautiful and just flawless. Okay, so now that I have my saturation up, that photo right now is looking A1. So what highlights is going to do is that's going to play around with the darkness of your photo. Now, like I said, this is a very bright, fun photo, so I don't want my highlight to be low. I don't really like my highlight at all. So if I go all the way up, that's not doing anything for us. It's just washing it out. I don't want to wash it out. Highlights is good if the photo is a little bit too bright. You can dim it down a little bit, but the photo already looks perfect. And shadows is going to be the same way. So shadows is going to increase the amount of shadows in the photo. But like I said, I want a nice bright photo, and you see that I don't need that. So it's all depending on what your photo looks like. Like if your photo is too bright, highlights would be perfect. And if your photo is a little dark and then you need help defining a little bit more things, then shadow is perfect for that. So brightness again. Oh, nope. See, depends on your aesthetic. The brightness all the way down there might not be that bad if you're going for that aesthetic, but that's not what we want. So honestly, that looks pretty perfect the way that is. I'm gonna go ahead and save that, and let's look at some before and afters. So Logan. So this is the photo, guys, that we just worked on, and let's go back to the original. Let's compare. I'm gonna screenshot it so you guys can see them next to each other. So that's what we literally just edited, and I'm pretty sure that was the original. We have a few of them that look similar, but I just wanted you guys to look at that background, look at how sharp and intense that cereal looks, and just look at how crisp all in all that photo looks. So that's gonna be my new favorite. That's gonna be my photo I'm gonna put on my website for Captain Crunch, and that's gonna be what I'm gonna put all over social media. You can see that nice crisp photo. It looks beautiful. Another thing I'm gonna recommend when you do your product photos is really simple. So on the iPhone camera, when you're going to take a picture, you're going to go over here You're going to go over here, down here, and we are going to choose vivid. I always do the vivid filter. I don't know if you guys can see. I always do the vivid filter. The vivid filter literally, let me show you right now the difference that it does in your photo. That is the biggest tip I'm going to give you in this video. It's just good when you're doing very colorful photo shoots or you just want to add that extra pop to your product photo. Now, I don't always recommend using vivid because sometimes it can skew the color of your product. You're literally just going to have to go with it and see if it does. If it skews the color of your product too much, don't go with vivid. But in this case, vivid actually gave me a nice brighter look to all of my photos. So let's go ahead, let's do another one. Biggest tip, if anything, I have to give to you guys today is make sure you use that vivid filter that's literally just on my iPhone. Just use a vivid filter. Honestly, you also can use the iPhone editor. The iPhone editor is actually not that bad either. So let's go ahead. Let's choose this Fruit Loops body mist. So right now I'm on the editor, and how you do that, you just go to edit and let's start editing. So let's first, we can edit the exposure. It's a little too bright. It's a little too dark. I want to keep it right. The iPhone editor is actually really nice. I completely forgot. Honestly, this might not even be the best photo for this. Highlights in this case is going to make that photo look nice and sharp. The best thing I can tell you guys with editing is just to keep playing around. So I highly recommend Airbrush. And if you don't have to get Airbrush, it's a free app. Or you can just use the iPhone editor like I'm doing right now. So here's the shadows again. Ooh, wow. I don't want it that bright. Actually a little too bright, but honestly, if I go a little less, that gets rid of practically all my shadows. You see that pop of the cereal and the pop of the background and just the pop of the label. That label looks crisp, and that's what I want, and that's not altering my photo in any way. This is actually giving me a lot more. I forgot all about the iPhone editor. It's actually really nice. So I'm gonna go less on my contrast. I don't want contrast. I want my photos to be nice and bright. Guys, so like I said, in this photo, we don't want that contrast. We want it to be as bright as possible. So I'm gonna keep that contrast nice and low. Brightness, I wouldn't mind making the brightness a little higher. So now I'm making it low. Don't want it low. Don't want it too high. I don't want to fade out the bowl. See, personally, this photo wasn't a good pick, as you can see, because you can see that base of that bowl too much, and you want to just mainly see the top of the cereal, if that makes any sense. But you can see the bowl too much, so this isn't going to be a photo I'll use, but I'll go ahead and keep using it just for the sake of the video, because the bowl just at the bottom just doesn't look good. Now, black point. I actually don't know what black point does, but I literally just kind of play around with it until it fits what I want it to fit. As you see, that label makes that label look even sharper. It makes my cereal look even sharper. So I'm going to go ahead and increase that black point. Well, I already kind of explained what saturation is. I usually always go upwards with saturation. Wow, saturation definitely adds a nice pop to the color that I want. Remember, I want that bright, vivid, youthful, child nostalgia feeling for this photo shoot. So now I want the vibrance. The vibrance is always excellent to have up. Vibrance will definitely make it. Vibrance and saturation, I feel like I find them being kind of the same thing. My vibrance is nice and up. As you see, it makes the photo look that much brighter, that much prettier. And warmth, I don't really think I want any warm tones. Yeah, you see how the warm is going to mess around with like your orange light. I don't want any warmth. Don't want any tint. Yeah, tint. Nope, don't want the tint. Sharpness is always a decent thing to have. Sharpness just makes your photo look that sharper, but obviously you don't want it too sharp because now it's focusing too much on too much stuff. So I'm gonna go back down. I can increase just the sharpness, just a hair, just so you see there's a difference, but not that much of a difference, just so it's there. Definition. Okay, iPhone editor. Ooh, see, this was too much definition. It has a lot going on in that photo. I'm just gonna make it right here. Noise reduction. I have no idea what that means. Oh wow, it just blurs that out. Okay, definitely don't want that. Oh, nope, don't want that filter. So wow, that was that photo. That's insane. So this is an edited photo. Let's go ahead and just look at the comparison. That's an edited photo, and that was just literally one I also took. Look at that, guys. Same one I took. Actually, this doesn't even look like this has a vivid filter on it. Let's see if it does. Yeah, it did. Oh, actually, this one does tell me. So this is what it looks like without vivid, and that's what it looked like with vivid. And then we just went through and we edited it. And with a few edits, that's gonna be the thumbnail right there. Wow, that's insane. all in all, those are the two things that I usually use to edit. Those are the two things I usually use to edit. If you want a white background, a complete plain background on your photo, let me show you the app that we use for this. This is something we couldn't figure out for the longest time, and Logan actually found the app. Let me see if I can find it. I actually have it installed, but it's called Photo Room. This one's free, and honestly, look, there you go. So you can see right there. I don't even have to do anything. Oh, no, I will. Let me still walk you guys through this. So let's start with the new photo. So say I actually don't want any background. Say I just want just a nice, clean, white photo. So let's go ahead and take my strawberry mist right here. It's gonna scan it for me. It's gonna remove that background. And right now, it's literally just gonna be a generic, white, crisp, clear background. If you remove the logo, you can go pro and remove it, but I'm gonna tell you guys how to just remove that logo. So I'm gonna go back over to my photos. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go to edit, and I'm just gonna go save you guys some money. I'm just gonna go down here, bottom right, it's gonna be your crop. I'm just gonna go like this, and I'm just gonna say goodbye to that little annoying trademark, and boom. There is my photo with no background at all. It's literally just my product. So say you just want to showcase just your product, you can edit honestly just from there. So you don't have my backdrops and stuff that I have, and you just want to have a nice, clear, crisp background. I'm just gonna show you guys one more time. Just that photo is insane. That's literally, it's very high quality. It's as high as quality as you're gonna get, especially from no crazy editing apps or anything. That's a pretty good job. But yeah, so now you guys saw, that is how I accomplish all of my editing for my product photos. It honestly depends on the look, aesthetic that I'm going for. In the shoot, like I said, in this shoot, we wanted bright, we wanted colorful, we wanted the colors that hit you in the face, we wanted it to be as vivid as humanly possible to take you guys back to that childhood nostalgia. And I'll see you lovely Shanti babes in our next video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you Shanti babes later. Bye guys.